Ah, don't you just love the smell of a good exploit? It's not even really an exploit, but today in Grounded you can get infinite DEDUPER jelly even, I've got to leave that in, if you go ahead and use the brand new way to go ahead and use the duper machine. You can now go ahead and you should be able to use the duper machine or the DEDUPER at any of the field stations. This is part of the 1.4.2 update that's gone live for Grounded literally today. And the devs have made a bit of a boo-boo. You can see here I'm about to go ahead and dedupe this necklace for 60 DEDUPER jelly. And then look what happens when I've done it. It's still there and I got 60 DEDUPER jelly. What's going on? So it turns out they've done something obviously wrong. This will probably get patched very quickly, so take advantage of it right now. You have to have it inside your inventory, so you have to have the trinket equipped and you will be able to get infinite amounts of DEDUPER jelly as long as you're willing to sit there deduping it. It will not work if you go ahead and try deduping any of the other trinkets while they're just in your inventory bag. It has to be in your actual trinket slot equipped. As you can see, I'm showing off how to do it as well with a burgle charm. Obviously, the best ones to do are the cones or the necklaces. The cones work as well, basically tier 3 trinkets, because you'll get more DEDUPER jelly out of them. You don't get as much DEDUPER jelly from the other trinkets. As you can see, you only get 2 from one of the burgle chips, and I think it's only 2 or 4 from some of the others as well. So yeah, go ahead, go and start deduping your tier 3 cone trinkets or necklaces and you will be able to get a ton more DEDUPER jelly. I'm sure it'll be patched soon. I don't really consider it a exploit because you're not doing anything that's breaking the game on purpose. Like, that is something people will generally be doing. So it's not like I've had to do a huge amount of work or logging out, logging in, or changing the game or anything like that. So I feel like it's legitimate. Obviously, it will be patched and it will be nerfed. If you rush over to the wiki, you can find out percentage scores of how to get some of the tier 3 cones if you haven't got to the stage where you can make the necklaces, which you need the sausager for, and you also need to be in New Game Plus 2, I do believe. But yeah, if you've not picked up a cone, here's why. Because not all creatures are going to drop them at the same rate. When you're in New Game Plus, they've all got different percentage stats, and some of them you might not get an increase until you go into New Game Plus 2, 3 or 4. So you can see all the percentages here. Doesn't mean you haven't got a chance of getting them. It might be just a bit lower, because that's what a lot of people are saying. You can still get a chance of getting the cones from some creatures. But right now, according to the data mining, it's 5% from Black Ox beetles in New Game Plus 1. And that's the biggest amount that you can get in New Game Plus 1. So go ahead, start killing Black Ox beetles. Don't have steel on. Apparently steel doesn't work with infused bugs. Not for trinkets at least, but you may get it through loot luck. Once you get to New Game Plus 2, there's a whole ton more creatures that you've got more chance of getting the cones. So you can obviously get it from infused creatures, 25%. You get a 50% chance of getting it dropping from the infected broodmother, as well as the infected wolf spider in New Game Plus 2. The Was Queen, basically the bosses have a 50% chance of dropping it as well. And if you're in New Game Plus 3 and you somehow have become the best grounded player ever and you regularly defeat the infected broodmother, it's a 100% chance to drop. But you only need one. I'm convinced this will be patched relatively soon in the next like 24 hours. So make hay while the sun shines and don't complain when it does get fixed. It's obviously not intentional, but it's a pretty easy one to go and take advantage of if you want to. No one's forcing you. You don't have to be a dirty cheater if you don't want to. I'll see you for more guides, gameplay and news about Grounded. Also make sure you check out the live stream I did with some of the Grounded devs earlier, and laters, ratbags.